Hey, I'm Tanner. Do you remember Watchdogs, that one hacker vigilante game from 2014? Wow, really just the games from that time, huh? That's a bit of a rough way of putting it, but let's start with some world building. Nah, fuck that. You're the Chicago vigilante. You're introduced to Aiden Pierce, a hacker who's pulling a sort of heist on a hotel called Epstein. A hotel called the Merlot. Your partner/guy in the chair is Damian Brinks. However, at some point during the job, someone decided to post memes in general, and now they're scanning the security system to see who it is. Damian says that they should stay and get more money. Meanwhile, Aiden knows it's his ass on the line, so he books it out of there. The job was a fail. Cut to a super hype basketball game of touchdowns where they're in the final inning. Yes, I know it's baseball. Cut to the locker rooms where you're beating the absolute shit out of someone named Maurice. Mauricio, my niece died in that fucking car crash. She can no longer move it. Try to extort information out of him, but use a scare tactic where you don't have any bullets in your gun. And you make him piss his pants. And probably shitted, but we don't know that.
How's your memory now?
Anyway, meet Jordy, probably my favorite character because a sarcastic asshole with a silver tongue that can slip his way into any mouth. Fuck, I meant out of any situation. Anyway, he explains that he called Maurice's boys and the cops to have a shootout. A gangbang, if you will. No, that's not what that means. But that's not enough, and Aiden wants to be flashy, so he causes a blackout. Anyway, he heads home frustrated because he didn't get any information. While going to bed, you have a reoccurring nightmare. You learn that Aiden is an uncle, and he's driving around his niece, Lena, when suddenly two motorcyclists come and shoot his tires out. It was their way of trying to scare him out of hacking, but the job took a turn. So did his whole fucking car. 6-year-old Lena was dead. And Maurice got the victory royale! Let's go, baby! To take your mind off of a dead child, you do what any sane person would do. Harm criminals. While snooping through some simp's phone, you find that he's not over his ex and he's willing to do some bad shit. Anyway, stop the crime and move on. Your stepsister, no, full sister, calls and asks if you're coming to your nephew's birthmas. Yes, that's how I say birthday. Fuck you. You'd be a terrible uncle if you didn't go. Where'd this act? What the fuck? Even though you didn't even bring him a present, asshole. You learn that Jax, Aiden's nephew, has PTSD about his sister's death. He doesn't talk to anyone but his mom, so you talk at him a little bit. He doesn't really respond, but he sort of interacts with you and then goes inside. Nikki, your sister, is asking if all that bullshit from the past is done. And Aiden's just like, yep, sure. Meanwhile, in the house, Nikki gets a call. You hack into the phone and you figure out someone's threatening them. I know where you live. You tell her you can find the guy, and she's like, how do you know? Bitch, you're checking the locks! You leave the house on a bad note, find the guy that made the crank call, and figure out that he was hired. By who? In comes a new character, Bad Boy 17. Yes, I wish my ex called me that. They're the person who supplies you with your phone and your hacks. They explain that they need CTOS access. CTOS is the sort of security system that the city uses and everything is connected to. No one from their group has been able to get CTOS access. But Aiden is not afraid to call little kids in COD lobby slurs, so he's down to kill a man. The quests are sort of all over the place at this point, because now Jordy needs your help. He's supposed to be the getaway driver for these guys that are robbing a computer plant. Jordy can't because he's the one looking after Maurice. After what I'm gonna call his version of begging, Aiden decides to take on the job. You learn that one of them was shot by his partner and didn't make it out. After evading the cops, you drive him to the drop-off and find the face of a bastard man. Lucky Quinn. He's the leader of a type of gang association called the Club. Anyway, Quinn kills the guy in front of you and takes the briefcase that he had.
Now get out of here before I piss your pants.
Alright, yep, see ya. Bad Boy 17 wants to meet.
We need to meet.
Oh, I wonder what he'll look like. Maybe some lumberjack dude. Maybe someone like Wrench or Keanu Reeves. Wait, what? This is Bad Boy 17, also known as Clara. Or Mama. Wait, hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah, we're safe.
Bad Boy 17.
Mama.
Clara.
Mama.
Clara.
She's the voice behind the calls, and Aiden is rightfully skeptic of her.
Listen.
They needed to meet face to face so she could give Aiden the phone with more CTOS access.
I don't think you trust me.
Give me a reason to trust you.
Alright.
And she's surprisingly willing to help you with whatever you need. Anyway, you remember that crank caller from earlier? She helped you track down the guy that hired him. It leads you to an apartment, and once you hack in, you hear a voice you didn't think you ever would again. Damian Brink. Breaching security raised an alarm, so now you need to shoot your way out. Afterwards, Damian sends you a location to meet. Where does he want to meet? The Bean. He tells you about the second hacker at Merlot. What the fuck? You know what? I'm just gonna roll with these clothes magically appearing. He tells you about the second hacker at the Merlot, but Aiden is done with Damien, and he partially blames him for Lena's death, so he just brushes him off. Anyway, Jordy calls, and someone from the baseball stadium is alive, and the police are making a transfer so he can rat out Aiden. Jordy, we'll say politely commandeers a balcony from this couple.
Hi. Oh, fuck.
This riverside building conveniently overwatches where someone who knows information about the transfer is. Yes, I'm keeping that stutter in. Fuck you. So you get in, shoot him in the leg, and get out. Nope, shit, at some point you got the information. Alright, so you track down the guy, kill him. Hello, buddy. And now, yay, no prison transfer. Aiden's identity is safe. Nope. This person allegedly knows who the Chicago vigilante is. And even the crooked cops are gonna interrogate him to get Aiden's face. You need to talk to this guy directly, so you do what any sane man would do and get arrested. Wait, what? Luckily, some people at the prison owe Jordy favors, so they sneak in your phone and baton. You find the guy and gaslight the shit out of him. You don't know who I am. Yeah, I do. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. Look, when I say I don't know who the fuck you are, I don't know who you are. Oh my god, I can't believe that works. Damien calls you and tells you to look at a TV. He's in Nikki's house. I feel like there's an adult film joke here somewhere. Aiden rushes his way there, but Nikki was already taken at that point. Damien strong-arms Aiden into helping him. So he gives you a hard drive with an IP address and tells you to track it. But right now, there are more important matters. Where's Jax? Aiden tracks him because he always has his iPad with him. Fucking iPad kids. And figures out that he's at the train station. Aiden, however, is not the first one there. You hack the train to make it go to the next station and deal with the fixers. You make it to the next station and sit down with Jax while calling his therapist Yolanda. Why does that remind me of an old 2000 song parody? You ask her to watch him for a few days while you try to find his mom. But of course you can't tell her that Nikki's missing, so you need to cover for her. See that she's finally starting to grieve Lena's death. After a year? That's a little weird. Before leaving, Jax shows you a picture that he drew. Yeah, that's not going on the refrigerator, kid. Anyway, you head over there and find out that they don't have Nikki. Head back to your apartment to start working on that hard drive that Damien gave you. You call Clara to come help, and when she arrives, you put a gun in her face. Ah yes, a classic American welcome.
Hey!
After conversing for a bit, you find a corrupt video of a woman on the hard drive. But before discovering anything else, your apartment is raided. You blow up your room and escape, and Clara tells you there's a place you can meet. Head there and you discover that it's an island with allegedly the first sight of the CTOS system. But you can't get across because the bridge is turned. The bridge isn't connected to the CTOS system, however. It's controlled via remote. This coke addict is named Tobias, and he is the only one that has it. Clara knows of Tobias because DedSec buys parts from him. He usually lives over at the homeless camp, but he's not home. He's too busy playing poker. So you go over and find him and convince him to let you have the remote. So, have you heard of the hit game Among Us? The fuck you say to me? Get back here, you geriatric fuck. Head back to the island, turn on all the generators, and reactivate the bunker. Looking at the maps that it has, you find a spot that isn't exactly blank, but you just don't have any connection to. That blank spot is Rossi Fremont, and that's where the IP address Damien gave you is. Head over and discover that it's Viceroy territory, one of the local gangs. Iraq is the leader, and he has a private room at the top floor. The only way you can get in is through an RFID tag. He has it hidden in his dog tags. So you need to do a little bit of social networking. Iraq works pretty closely with Lucky Quinn.
Mr. Quinn's on speaker.
He also has a cousin named Bedbug that you can get leverage over. You improve Bedbug's rep with Iraq, and he lets you know Iraq is going to be attending one of Lucky Quinn's events, an auction of women to be exact.
The auction. He'll be at Quinn's auction.
Weird interjection here, but there are way too many tail missions in this game, and one of them was bugged. At some point you need to hack into Bedbug's home, but he is technically in the home, so when you hack in, the floor despawns, he falls through the earth and dies. I was stuck on this for 10-20 minutes. Anyway, you steal one of the invited guest's identities, who was a little bit of a prick, so no one's gonna miss him. After stealing the identity and getting his invitation, you go to the event and stumble across Iraq. While you're there, you scan his RFID card. Now it's Bedbug's time to shine. You bug him, and send him in. Stealth your way through and get him into the room. The download stops about a quarter of the way through because Bedbug is a little too far from the server. Iraq figured out he betrayed him. Ah well, most of it was blackmail anyway. You got what you wanted, but Bedbug was killed.
Hey, this thing still work?
Psych, he's alive, and he tells you that the girl in the video is actually a woman named Rose Washington. Whoever the fuck that is. Still need to decrypt the video, and neither you or Clara has the ability to do that. You need to go to the source of the encryption. Raymond Kenny. He was the lead CTOS engineer when the project was first starting out, but at some point he started disagreeing with their ideals. The protest, he caused blackouts and it killed a few people, so now he has a bit of a price on his head. You find his last ping location, and it leads you to Pawnee, one place your niece wanted to go. You track him to a bar and you meet this character T-Bone, and he seems to know something about Raymond Kenny. After getting absolutely sloshed with him, he beats the absolute shit out of you. After waking up, you realize that he is Raymond Kenny. You ask him for help, but he is pissed that you put him back on the map.
You being here puts me on the goddamn map.
He needs you to wipe his biometrics from the CTOS database. It sounds like a lot of buzzwords, but that means something, I swear. When you get to Bloom HQ, you catch wind that Damien's there, and he's trying to sell you and Raymond out.
What's this about?
He said it's about Raymond Kenny.
He sold out Raymond as a sort of upfront payment. They send goons to Raymond's base, and you need to guard him while he blows it up. Now it's time to attack Rossi Fremont. Jordy can get you in, but he can't help you while you're inside. Fight your way through, get into Iraq's server, download all the files, and meet him on the roof.
It's you. You posted the memes in general.
It doesn't matter if they were in general, they were funny. Anyway, fight him, easy fight, and head back to the bunker. Anyway, after getting into the bunker, a hacker hacks you and takes all the files that you downloaded and wipes it from your hard drives. His name is Default, and he gives you a little bit of information. Clara betrayed you.
It wasn't too difficult to find them. Two men. One's a hacker, the other a fixer. As far as
She knew you were one of the hackers at the Merlot. She gave your information to Lucky Quinn, but she didn't think Lena would die over it. You kick her out of the bunker. Right now, you don't have the information Damien wants, so you need to distract him some. You're his only hope at getting that data back, so every once in a while he lets you call your sister. But during one of the calls, you hear an announcement in the audio, but it's too grainy and you can't understand it.
Yeah, he's okay.
Raymond, however, isn't really traversed in audio cleaning. You give it to him anyway to see what he can do. Meanwhile, Raymond actually found Default's hideout. He's stealing whatever information and parts he can. You find out that he's a DJ at a club. You find him, kill him, and take the data back. Jordy calls you and warns you about the massive price that's on your head.
So you want to know, I've never seen a contract with more zeros on it than yours. They want you bad, pal.
Aw, he does care. Raymond lets you know that he was able to clean the audio.
I think I got a future as an audio wizard.
You cleaned up the audio I sent.
And it leads you to a port somewhere. Hack into the security and figure out where Nikki's being held. She kills a probably innocent man and you help guide her way out. After evading the police, you send Nikki and Jax out of Chicago. They need to be somewhere safe while you're doing all of it. Alright, now let's put some pieces together. The Merlot is Lucky Quinn's hotel. You stole from the Merlot, Clara told Lucky Quinn about you, Lucky Quinn hired Iraq, Iraq sent Maurice, Maurice led you to him, and Iraq led you to Lucky Quinn. Got it? Good, because that's going to be on the test. One's dealt with, the other is in your custody, and the last one is holding a charity event at the Merlot. Oh, don't you love it when a game just goes full circle? Sneak your way through and kill Quinn's guards. He's in a safe room with bulletproof glass. Sure, it'll stop bullets, but it won't stop Wi-Fi. Lucky Quinn got heart surgery recently, and for some reason, you hack his heart and put him under cardiac arrest. After a bit of monologuing, Aiden finally says the line.
Haven't you heard? I'm the vigilante.
After escaping the Merlot, Damien calls you. It's not good news. He sent some guys after Clara. You ping her location, you find that she's at the cemetery. At the beginning of the game, you play a mission called Remember. It's a sort of flashback sequence, and you and Nikki are wondering who's leaving these flowers at Lena's grave.
You know who keeps leaving the flowers?
Clara, while at the cemetery, was leaving those same flowers. Until she's shot and killed. Oh well, Aiden uploads Bloom's secrets, and Damien is pissed.
After everything we've suffered, you just give it all away.
But he's also a loose end, and he has access to the CTOS system now. You need to do what Raymond Kenny did a long time ago. Hack a satellite and black out the northeastern part of America. It'll lock him out of CTOS and give you his location. How? I don't fucking know. Before you cause the blackout, DeadSec interrupts you and asks for at least 30 seconds to install a backdoor. Aiden's kinda done with this shit. I waited the 30 seconds anyway just to see if anything would happen, but nothing did. You find out that Damien's held up in a lighthouse just off the coast of Chicago. When you climb up and confront him, oh shit, Jordy's there!
Sorry, pal. New contract.
As much as I hate to do this, you throw him off the lighthouse and shoot Damien in the face. No, Jordy's dead! I was a lot more sad that Jordy died than Clara. No, Jordy!
I'm bleeding here. You?
I'm holding up.
He's alive, and he lets you deal with Maurice however you want. You know, letting him live would be worse than death, but I don't fucking like him. And that's about it. This game was a huge part of my childhood, and I absolutely adored the characters and story it had to offer. Sure, there's a few bugs, but I did not care. I remember first watching the trailer at a friend's house and being absolutely restless wanting to play it. I remember beating it for the first time when I had my Xbox One. If you guys for some reason want more Watchdogs, I have a few ideas on the videos I could make, but I'm not gonna put in the hours if you don't want to watch. The next video is kind of a secret, but I'll tell you this. Yeehaw, motherfucker. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and join me next time when I still have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do.